This is Biker Dad, brought to you by Stevenson Klotz and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
Warning, warning, warning. This is not a show about motorcycles. Okay, it has some motorcycles in it. But deep down, it's really a show about people who use their passion for motorcycles to make their communities better, safer, and stronger. And people just doing crazy biker stuff too. This is Biker Dad.
I want to welcome our new viewers from Chicago, Tampa, Myrtle Beach, Lexington, and Missouri. Thanks to my partners at the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers, we are going nationwide. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Biker Dad TV show. As you can see, we're coming to you from Daytona Beach, Florida. We're at Biketoberfest, and it is just awesome. It's back to normal, no coronavirus restrictions, hundreds of thousands of people, tens of thousands of bad bikes. It's just a huge party and it's a good time. On this episode of the Biker Dad show, we're riding to Daytona Beach with Cottonmouth Customs, a custom builder from Pensacola. We're scouting out the new talent here and what's next on the horizon for bikers and the biker culture. Also, we're going to take you inside a haunted lighthouse where the ghosts are not the scariest thing. You'll see when we get to the top of it. Plus, Heelz on Wheels. I met a new friend here in Florida this week. She is an awesome advocate for the motorcycle community and for our culture. She's also just a bad biker mama, so you're going to meet Heelz on Wheels. But we're going to start here at Daytona Beach and with my friends at Cottonmouth Customs and see what we can find out here.
My name is Trevin. I'm the general manager at Cottonmouth Customs in Pensacola. I'm always scouting out what's new and hot on the scene. Looking for what's trending with the bikes, what people are into, seeing where we can take our next steps to go to the next level.
What have you seen out here this week?
A whole lot of really good paint jobs, not a lot of new hardware. A lot of the hardware is kind of staying stagnant for a while right now, and I'm looking for ideas to change that. Your four main points of a custom bike: how a bike looks, how a bike runs, how a bike rides, and how a bike sounds. Most shops only hit one or two of those. We want to hit all four. I was concerned after 2020, the way everything came crashing and burning, because I was down here for the spring bike week when COVID hit. And the mayor was pulling everybody's vendor license, and everybody's just in this panic, and our whole culture was like, what's going to happen? But now, as you can see, it is alive and well. So seeing this alive and well, seeing all of this beauty out here, hearing all that chaos happening, knowing the rock and roll spirit is still in the field, that's what makes it all worthwhile.
It's time for the Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson Tech Tip of the Week. We were talking about getting your bike ready for winter, and I know it doesn't get really cold down here, but there are issues that we deal with, cold and other stuff. Harley-Davidson Master Tech Neil is here to talk to us about getting your bike ready for winter, or just if it's going to be sitting around for a while. So let's get to it. This week's Tech Tip is brought to you by Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson.
You're putting your bike away for the winter or just going offshore for about a month. Good investment is a battery tender. For a good while now, Harley's installed battery tenders right from the factory. Makes it pretty easy. Plug it right into the wall. That way all your electronics, parasitic draws, lights, things like that, security, you don't come back to a dead battery. And so try to make it away from the camera side.
Yeah. Also make it away from the heat of the engine. That's
exactly.
a good idea too.
Corrosion protectant. Down here with the salt air, anything, it's a good thing. That way you don't have to come back and polish your bike for a good day. You can just hose this stuff off.
So that's good down in the south where we go to the beach. I just rode my bike on the beach at Daytona Bike Week. I probably need some of that to get the sand off it before it starts rusting. Or up north where they use the salt to clear the roads.
That stuff gets into nooks and crannies that your fingers and your wash mitt can't. If you've ever had your bike sitting in the garage for a while and moved it, you saw the black mark that it left, and the tires kind of leach out. Leach out a few things, some chemicals and the stuff that makes it sticky.
The stuff that makes it sticky.
Plus you don't want any flat spots.
This is Biker Dad.
I'd like to introduce to you Martha Harris, owner of Eagles Talon Motorcycles in Pensacola, and one of the most patriotic people you'll ever meet.
I'm a patriot through and through. I will not let you disrespect my flag.
Martha is a veteran, a retired firefighter, and one of the biggest supporters of our biker community.
I absolutely love the motorcycle community and the riders, and they make this all worth my while.
So please stop by and visit Eagles Talon for your leather, patches, apparel, and a whole lot more. Eagles Talon on Copter Road in Pensacola, one of my favorite places in the world.
Cottonmouth Customs in Pensacola is building awesome bikes, and they're also building a reputation as one of the great bike builders.
The shop in Pensacola offers custom bikes, service, and tons of used parts upstairs. The mini museum of beautiful vintage bikes is worth the visit alone. I want to personally thank Cottonmouth Customs for supporting the Biker Dad show and making our dream of riding motorcycles and telling stories possible. And look, even the Blue Angels approve.
Your home for Lex and Terry in the morning rocks your workday with AC/DC. Shine down. And Offspring. Available on over 2,000 smart devices. The Gulf Coast Rock Station, TK101.
There's a little place in downtown Mobile on the corner of Fat and Happy, and it's one of my favorites. Bob's Downtown Diner isn't just a great place to eat, and home of the best French toast you'll ever eat. It's one of the best things you'll ever put in your mouth. It's also an important part of the community, and not just the biker community.
I'm grateful, I'm grateful for the bikers that I meet from all over the country.
Bob's is a hot spot for bikers and very biker friendly, but it's also family friendly. I like to bring my kids here Sunday after church for brunch. Please visit my friend Tony Sawyer at Bob's Downtown Diner and check them out on the corner of fatandhappy.com.
If you love your bike but hate swamp ass, Breezy Rider is for you. For 27 years, I've been designing medical seating to protect the skin of people confined to wheelchairs. Now, after so many friends asking for help with their motorcycle seats, I've designed Breezy Rider. Breezy Rider actually enhances the look of your bike with its custom fit design, while the patented Seal Air foam reduces vibrations that cause fatigue and pain. And you can actually feel air flowing underneath you, keeping you cool and dry.
This is Biker Dad.
This week's Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson Bike of the Week is really cool, literally cool. It's called the Arctic Blast. If you know me, you know blue's my jam. This is blue. This bike is absolutely cool, but it's also hot as heck. We're hitting winter, so Arctic Blast is appropriate. Let's find out what we can about this special bike.
Here's the Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson Bike of the Week.
Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson Bike of the Week.
All right, Steven with Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson's here to talk about the Arctic Blast bike, and probably the most important part of this bike is a little thing on the side of the tank.
Yeah, so the motorcycle is actually numbered. This is 190 out of 500. So that means that there are only 500 motorcycles like this with this paint set on the road. This is very, very exclusive. It's one of those things where you're not going to have to worry about seeing another one going down the road. You'll be a standout at any bike night, any show you go to with this. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is actually a little bit of honeycomb pattern kind of ghosted in black on top of the blue on the fairing and in the front fender.
Just like most bikes that changes color with this flake stuff. It gets a little purpley and then darker and lighter blue as you play with it.
Yeah, it kind of goes from a royal blue to a little bit more of a lighter blue. This is a very cool motorcycle. Harley knocked it out of the park with the blacked out accents. So it does have a painted color matched inner fairing. It is a sparkly royal blue like what's on the outer shell of the fairing. to really tie it all together. Most Harley-Davidson Street Glide specials do come with a gloss black inner fairing. They don't come with a color match. You typically only see that on CVOs.
Yeah, so most of the time when you're riding around a pretty paint job, everybody else gets to look at the pretty paint job, but now you're staring at a really cool part of it. It's got a lot of sparkle in there from the metal flake. That's awesome. And it's pretty much blacked out on the handlebars, the mirrors, everything already.
Yep, the only small bits of chrome are going to be your push rod tubes and your saddlebag latches.
This bike is already one of 500, but since we spoke to the folks at Harley, they made a big change to it and chromed all of it out, taking the black out and turning it chrome, which means this bike is even more rare than the 1 in 500. It might be only one of one. But the important thing is always in my book, how it rides. So we're gonna take it for a ride here right now. Spoiler alert, I've already been on the bike and it rides awesome. So, but let's check it out anyway. This is pretty close to being as agile as the Street Bob. Not quite, I mean it is heavier, but definitely handles really well and is a ton more comfortable. The seat on this thing is like heaven on your butt. I mean, I can tell the support on here is great for a long ride, and has tons of you know, power and torque with that Milwaukee 8, which you can't beat. I mean, especially these days. They've got that Milwaukee 8 down. So awesome bike. It's beautiful. 1 of 500 with the chrome. It's even more rare. So just an awesome bike all around. Come on down and check it out.
This is Biker Dad.
Hi, this is Biker Dad, Chris Best, here at the IMS Motorcycle Show in Lakeland, Florida, outside of Orlando, and we're enjoying a break from the sun and a nice breeze. April's a little conscious of her hair. This is April Violet, but you're known as
Miss Heelz on Wheels.
And what is Heelz on Wheels?
It's just a nickname that I got when I started riding. I'm always really conscious about what I wear, no big deal. But I would go to bike nights and I would take my motorcycle boots off and I'd take my stilettos out of my motorcycle bag and I'd put them on and I'd kind of go to bike night, and people would watch me do that, and so they started calling me Heelz, and then it just kind of stuck.
So one of my favorite places in America is Tennessee. I spent several years living in Memphis and riding all over Tennessee, and that's where you all are from.
Yep,
so
out of Knoxville. Yep. I am the motorcycle community advocate for the state of Tennessee for Garza Law Firm, and Tennessee is beautiful, right? Has some of the best riding in this country. You've got the Smokies, you've got the Tail of the Dragon, you've got all these rides. So I've enjoyed that part of it. I started working for Garza back in May. We wanted to create a community. We wanted to create a community advocacy program and try to bring all different genres of motorcyclists together. We focus on safety. We are very deep in the community. We do a lot of benefits and benefit rides. We sponsor a lot of bike nights. We don't just say, hey, we can help you with your motorcycle needs or any legal needs. We really are out there. I always tell people, we're on the ground with you. We are where you are. And I'm proud of that. So we've been just trying to let people know that we're here. If you ride, join us for anything we have going on. If you need anything from us, let us know. We really push safety. That is our number one. We have our Look Twice for Motorcycle campaign going on. And it's just doing great. It's doing great.
Awesome. Yeah.
Protect yourself and protect your family. That's my big spiel.
Cool. April, Heelz on Wheels, Z's not S's.
Yes.
Follow her on Facebook.
Yes.
Thank you for everything you do.
No, thank you, Biker Dad. I'm so glad I met you. So now
it's been awesome meeting you.
Thank you too.
And thank you to the Garza Law Firm and National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers for making my crazy idea of quitting my job and doing this.
That's what I'm going to get to. I'm going to get to that.
Let's help her do that too. Give her a follow. All right, thank you.
Thanks so much. Enjoy it.
Biker Dad.
There's a little place in downtown Mobile on the corner of Fat and Happy, and it's one of my favorites. Bob's Downtown Diner isn't just a great place to eat and home of the best French toast you'll ever eat. It's one of the best things you'll ever put in your mouth. It's also an important part of the community and not just the biker community.
I'm grateful, I'm grateful for the bikers that I meet from all over the country.
Bob's is a hot spot for bikers and very biker friendly, but it's also family friendly. I like to bring my kids here Sunday after church for brunch. Please visit my friend Tony Sawyer at Bob's Downtown Diner and check them out on the corner of fatandhappy.com.
I'm attorney Eric Stevenson. With all these lawyers advertising, how do you know who to hire? No lawyer can promise or guarantee results for the outcome of your case, and neither can we. But we can guarantee if you're not 100% satisfied with how my firm treats you during the first 30 days, we will return your files with no fees and no questions asked. Call Stevenson Klotz with the Client Satisfaction Guarantee.
Cottonmouth Customs in Pensacola is building awesome bikes, and they're also building a reputation as one of the great bike builders.
The shop in Pensacola offers custom bikes, service, and tons of used parts upstairs. The mini museum of beautiful vintage bikes is worth the visit alone. I want to personally thank Cottonmouth Customs for supporting the Biker Dad show and making our dream of riding motorcycles and telling stories possible. And look, even the Blue Angels approve. I'd like to introduce to you Martha Harris, owner of Eagles Talon Motorcycles in Pensacola, and one of the most patriotic people you'll ever meet.
I'm a patriot through and through. I will not let you disrespect my flag.
Martha is a veteran, a retired firefighter, and one of the biggest supporters of our biker community.
I absolutely love the motorcycle community and the riders, and they make this all worth my while.
So please stop by and visit Eagles Talon for your leather, patches, apparel, and a whole lot more. Eagles Talon on Copter Road in Pensacola, one of my favorite places in the world.
At Winston Orthodontics, when you smile, we smile.
No more texting and driving, ma'am. You okay?
I just wish this never happened.
At Winston Orthodontics, when you smile, we smile.
You okay?
Yeah, I just wish this never happened.
Our Back on Two stories are brought to you by Stevenson Klotz and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
So in the biker world, we have this thing called the biker's code. You know, when you see somebody broke down on the highway or somebody breaks down in front of you in a car, a lot of times you're just gonna drive on past. Sometimes you might even honk at them because they're annoying and in your way, but bikers don't do that. I saw this guy pushing his bike down this really dangerous bridge over here, stuck in traffic. His bike broke down. As you can see, there's just wall-to-wall traffic up there. I was on my bike, so I couldn't do anything. I said, I'll be right back with help, though. And my friend Tony Sawyer, who owns a restaurant here in Mobile, jumped into action. We're charging his bike so he can get on his way back to California. He's still got thousands of miles to go.
Sean, I'm from San Francisco. Came out to Florida to see my daughter, which I had a great time with her. She's never really opened up to me before. She finally opened up to me on this trip, which was cool. And yeah, and then I started having problems on the way back. Like as soon as I hit the road, it went dead. Bought a new battery, got me a little farther, charged it, got me a little farther, and now I'm here. Bikers are just like that. They always stop and help. Just like I always stop and help whenever I see a biker, you know?
So what were you thinking about when you're up there pushing this thing on that bridge with all that traffic?
I'm gonna die. Yeah, for a minute there I was about to pass out. I had to stop for a second, take a breath, get some more water. You know, just we look out for each other. You know, whenever you see somebody who needs, you help them if you can, you know. Please stop and see if you can, if not, you know. And yeah, always say what's up when you're passing by. You know, give a little, if the cop's up there, that's the code, you know.
How many miles from home are you right now?
I think I'm about 2,300 or something, 2,400. I think I've made it 5.
So, yeah, a long way to go.
Yep.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to get it fixed and get back on the road and sound. You can hear it now. His bike is up and running. And this is just how bikers roll when we see somebody out on the highway
having trouble, we stop and help them. That's just as we were talking about the biker's code, and it's something that like I said, I think everybody who doesn't ride could learn from too. And there he is, he's off. So this is something that people who don't ride can really learn from bikers. The biker's code, really it could be summed up with one thing too, John 3:16. It's all about love. It's the same thing, that's what the biker's code is.
This is Biker Day.
We're here on the road for Daytona Biketoberfest, and we took a little bit of a side trip to this thing. This is the lighthouse in St. Augustine, and visiting it in October is the perfect time because it's Halloween, and this thing is haunted by a lot of different ghosts. We went inside to check it out and find out who's haunting the lighthouse.
Hey, I'm Beverly Henry. I'm a docent here at the St. Augustine and Maritime Museum. I'm 18-year docent, and I love my doing this. This is the second lighthouse in St. Augustine. Construction started in 1871. It was lighted October 15th, 1874. And it's been going ever since. It will go on at dusk tonight. It is supposedly haunted. We do have ghost tours on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. Supposed to be the best in town. Who haunts it is, we have various lighthouse keepers that have been a little unique. And then we have some mysterious ladies. And then, of course, we have our 3 little girls who drowned out here. They were the girls of the contractor who was building the lighthouse. They were not lighthouse keepers' children, but it was a tragedy, nevertheless. I have not seen or heard anything, but a lot of the staff members have, a lot of the volunteers, and a lot of our guests. Some of them, sometimes it's just orbs, sometimes it's singing. Sometimes there are just pictures of the various people. Like some people have seen this tall, gangly lighthouse keeper in his oils, and that would be Joseph Andrew, who was looking for his lighthouse. Okay, the WASP come every year. They come for family purposes. They're more interested in themselves than they are in anybody else. They're usually on the west side, and I am not aware that they ever bothered anybody. It has 200 and, well, it has more stairs for the lighthouse keeper, but for our guests it's 219 steps with 8 landings. It is, the inside is original, and it's the best view in town.
This is Biker Day.
Daytona Beach is one of the few places I've been to in this world where you can actually drive onto the beach. So I wanted to know, can I ride my motorcycle onto the beach, and should I ride my motorcycle onto the beach? The answer to the first one is yes. The answer to the second one was probably shouldn't have done it, but I did anyway. It was a little sketcy, but you can see Elvis and I made it here just fine, and now we got to go back that way about a mile to get it off the beach too. Look at this. Somebody's riding their bike up on the pier too. So I guess you can do that as well. So that's pretty awesome. Motorcycle right up there on the pier as well. So hey, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff in Daytona, and some of it is legal.
This is Biker Day.
There's a little place in downtown Mobile on the corner of Fat and Happy, and it's one of my favorites. Bob's Downtown Diner isn't just a great place to eat, and home of the best French toast you'll ever eat. It's one of the best things you'll ever put in your mouth. It's also an important part of the community, and not just the biker community.
I'm grateful, I'm grateful for the bikers that I meet from all over the country.
Bob's is a hot spot for bikers and very biker friendly, but it's also family friendly. I like to bring my kids here Sunday after church for brunch. Please visit my friend Tony Sawyer at Bob's Downtown Diner and check them out on the corner of fatandhappy.com.
Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson is the king of motorcycle credit. Good credit, bad credit, we'll get you riding. With over 150 new and used motorcycles available, we have a motorcycle for you and your budget. New Harley-Davidson motorcycles starting as low as $119 a month. The professional team in Motor Clothes is also here to help make sure that you're geared up for the riding season from head to toe. Come on down to Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson on the corner of Pleasant Valley Road and Cottage Hill and see the king of motorcycle credit.
I'd like to introduce to you Martha Harris, owner of Heelz Talon Motorcycles in Pensacola, and one of the most patriotic people you'll ever meet.
I'm a patriot through and through. I will not let you disrespect my flag.
Martha is a veteran, a retired firefighter, and one of the biggest supporters of our biker community.
I absolutely love the motorcycle community and the riders, and they make this all worth my while.
So please stop by and visit Heelz Talon for your leather, patches, apparel, and a whole lot more. Heelz Talon on Copter Road in Pensacola, one of my favorite places in the world.
Your home for Lex and Terry in the morning rocks your workday with AC/DC, Shinedown, and Offspring. Available on over 2,000 smart devices. The Gulf Coast Rock Station, TK101.
This is Biker Day.
All right, so we're here at Stevenson Klotz Injury Attorneys in Pensacola, Florida, talking with Chris Klotz, who's not only an injury attorney but also a biker. We've ridden several times together, so it's awesome. The other thing we wanted to talk about was grass clippings, which is kind of almost a meme thing with motorcycles right now.
Yep.
Some people are really worried about it. Some people think it's silly, but there are moments. It's really somewhere in between.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation. If you can't run through a little bit of grass on a straightaway, you probably shouldn't be on a motorcycle.
But sometimes it's in a curve and you can't help it.
If you're in a curve and it's in the morning and it's covered in dew, that's a whole other situation. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, and so really, I mean, there's not even such a huge legal component. It's just a public service issue and a riding safety thing that's come up several times this riding season. And I know we're getting to the end of grass cutting season as we're coming into the fall, so there's not going to be that much of it. But I've actually had some inquiries about that issue, and people have slipped on grass in the road. And I don't think most homeowners who blow their grass into the street are meaning harm, but they probably don't understand actually how dangerous of a situation it can create, especially if you're in a corner like you said on a straightaway. Most bikers can just maintain a straightaway, but if you get into a curve, or if you have to swerve to miss a dog, or if there's a car in the road and you got to stop fast or something like that, it can make a huge difference. So we're encouraging the whole watching population and non-motorcycle riding population out there. Be careful of what you do with your grass. You cut your grass, blow it back into your yard and try to get it out of the street so nobody slips on it.
Yeah, when your attorney is also a biker, they've got your back. I know Stevenson Klotz has my back, and they'll have yours too if you ever need them in an accident. Hopefully neither of us, myself or you, will ever need them. But in case I'm ever in an accident, I know Stevenson Klotz has my back, and they'll have your back too. Tell them Biker Dad sent you, and they'll treat you just like family. Next week we have a really big show, like Texas big. So that was pretty cool. Rick Fairless, a legend of his own, introduced me to Richard Rollins. He talked to me for a few minutes. We had a great conversation, and you may be seeing a little bit more of him here on the Biker Dad Show. Peace, love, motorcycles, and gas monkeys next week on the Biker Dad Show.